Welcome back. Today's video we are going to be looking at what I think, in my opinion, will be the strong buys of 2019, or basically what I'm looking to invest my capital into. Now, as usual, this is my opinion. Please do your own research. And again, I have no affiliation to any of these companies. So let's get on with it. A lot of people will have their own opinion in terms of what they believe is going to be the strong buys of 2019, or which coins are going to really rocket up. But I'm going to narrow it down to three. I'm in a strong opinion now than I was maybe 12 or 24 months ago. You really need to concentrate on 3 to 5 coins. We'll look at 3 coins today that I believe are strong buys, but diversifying too much is only going to spread your money into projects which potentially could make you some money, but you probably won't have enough in there, and you want to kind of what's the word, evaluate your coins and push them into the ones which look like going to be more profitable. So to start off, and this is no particular order, but these are my 3, and then maybe an extra one which may be a kind of a wild card which I'll look at. So first of all is going to be Bitcoin. Now, regardless of Bitcoin's slow transactions, scalability, and sort of evolving as a product or a coin or a currency, I still believe it's a strong buy for 2019. With Bakkt launching or being delayed slightly, even though ICE have said, which is the Intercontinental Exchange, they're going to be going through this regardless. So whether it's going to be the 24th of Jan or the 30th of Jan or the 1st of Feb, Bakkt are very much behind this platform, and along with Starbucks and Microsoft and maybe other companies which we don't know yet. Maybe an Amazon, maybe an eBay, maybe a Tesla, maybe an Apple. So, with this strong news, I know, as you can see from the screen, that the market is down today. Although there was some pickup on the S&P this morning or today, and also the Hang Seng in Asian markets. So hopefully that should obviously have an effect on the crypto market. So, if we look at Bakkt, this is their page. They've obviously got a homepage for Bakkt, and obviously talking about their futures exchange, again settling in crypto. Bitcoin, if we just put the EFT to one side, I can do a whole separate video on the whole EFT saga. Whether we get an EFT or whether we don't is regardless now. I think we've waited 4 years for an EFT. Whether it's going to happen in February, we will be very lucky, I believe. I think the SEC, in my opinion, it feels like they are almost waiting for a green light from the big investors to say, yes, go ahead. It almost feels like they're letting it, they want the price to drop and drop and drop before someone says, yes, go ahead. I mean, it's almost a sense of naivety from the SEC using archaic laws or archaic practices for cryptocurrency, a digital currency, about custody, about protection. It's just all a bit nonsense, to be honest. So let's not bet on that, but let's bet on the fact that we've got the 9th biggest German exchange, looking to start their own exchange using Bitcoin and other currencies. Obviously the launch of Bakkt. We've still got Goldman Sachs on the cards, Barclays, which have a bit more rumours, but the big one is Bakkt. So I'll be pushing my money into Bitcoin now and all the way through 2019. So that's kind of Bitcoin, not that out there, and it's the usual. My second coin, which is also not really that unusual, is XRP. Now, I'm a massive fan of XRP, just like I am of Bitcoin, even though they're almost polar opposites. But again, like I mentioned in my XRP prediction video, it's institutions like banks who like XRP It's the fact that they have a face, they have a company, it has a backing. It may have billions and billions behind it, which just lights up eyes and investors' confidence in terms of improvements and development and longevity. Some coins we'll see in 2019 will likely disappear, or by 2020 will disappear because they just don't have enough funding. The project is dying. We've heard news today of Bitcoin Cash with Bitmain, things like that, where we need real world solutions. And there's an article here that I found of going through just basically which banks are using Ripple, and obviously we'll advise people to cross-check this article. I've had read through it, but the banks on the list of banks is immense. I mean, a lot of these are the Japanese banks, which we knew about last year. I think there's about 30 Japanese banks on there. You obviously see Hiroshima, Juroku Bank, KU Bank, a lot of Japanese. But then you've got a lot of banks like Bank of England. They may not all be using XRapid, but they're using a part of the Ripple company and potentially XRP as well on top of that. So things like Accenture, although it's a consultancy, we're potentially using it for transfers. Deloitte's are in there. We know about Deloitte and Accenture. We've got MUFG, which is one of the biggest banks in Japan. It's also has a base in England. And they still haven't revealed other banks they've partnered up with. I don't know if Western Union is even on this list, which it is actually. You've got Western Union on the list, which is a massive buy. You've also got Santander, which should be on this list. If it's not, then that's also another bank which is working with XRapid. It's an obvious choice. I believe it's a safer choice. And like I mentioned in my XRP prediction video, I see a potentially $15 to $20 Ripple price, if not more. So definitely for me, it's a strong buy for 2019. My last of my first three is a project which people may disagree, may agree, may think other currency should be in there. Is EOS. Now I found this article on CoinSwitch talking about the EOS price. I can make a whole separate video on EOS price, but I don't think it's going to hit $15. I think it's going to hit more than $15. I believe it hit $22 last year. I can't see it hitting $15 in a whole year of 21 in 2019 to hit $15. They've got so much more news coming out. They've got a lot of DApps on there. You got different predictions from different people. I don't know whether these are anything to note. Someone's mentioned $911 by 2023, and then it really ranges to $20, and then someone's mentioned $15. It's just all over the place in these articles of where people see it sitting. So, I'm not going to go into these price predictions, but in terms of the fact that this article goes on to mention that compared to Ethereum, which is probably one of its closest rivals, EOS last year was, whereabouts was it? I just read it. Yeah. So for the sake of demonstration, in July 2018, the EOS successfully executed 1,000 transactions per second. These numbers are significantly better than Ethereum has ever reached. In addition, there is a huge benefit, which is described as the EOS white paper: no transaction fees for sending or receiving cryptocurrency. Now, obviously, they are going to improve on this, and obviously, Ethereum is going to do its fixes in terms of Casper and other sort of implementation changes, but I don't know whether they'll be ready for 2019 or how quickly they'll be able to deploy these changes. So EOS has got a lot of money, a lot of backing behind it. I think they might have something like $4 billion. They've also got apparently $1 billion in R&D. Massive company, a lot of banking, a lot of backing. There was an article which I'll put in the description, which I haven't got up here. Chinese company, a bit like, I guess, a bit like your Deloitte's of England or Accenture, have ranked cryptocurrency, and I think for the third month running or continuously months running, EOS has been number one again. China, a country doesn't seem to like cryptocurrency, seems to keep pushing out this information. But again, the EOS project is number one. I believe Bitcoin was number 18. But obviously, it's caught a lot of people's eyes. A lot of people are backing EOS for 2019, and compared to the other sort of currencies around the area, things like Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, even Stellar, Litecoin, EOS for me just stands out. I mean, I'm even tempted to sell off more of my Ethereum to buy more EOS. I just see that project going well, and at a price of £1.98 or $2.50, where it reached $21 early this year or last year. I can see that's almost a bargain price for a currency. Like I said, I'll do my whole separate video on EOS and provide more information, but I believe Bitcoin, XRP, and EOS are my strong buys, in my opinion, for 2019. And then the one that I believe is almost an outsider to do well, and it's not in this list, even though I do like a lot of these projects. I like Cardano, Monero, Dash, Neo, Zcash, big fan of the private coins. It's a coin which is probably not even listed in the first 100. I even saw Polymath there, which is quite a good project. It's Kin. Now, Kin's price is very, very, very low. For £20 or $25, you can buy it something like 700,000 Kin. This is not me shilling this project. Again, it's got a lot of backing behind it, a lot of hype. A lot of development can be built on Kin. The fact that it's so outside the market, even Coinbase are looking to sell it. List it on their exchange. For anyone who didn't know that, Coinbase are looking to list Kin on their own platform. So if you looked at the price of Kin, it's what, that's a penny, and it's what, 1, 2, 3, it's like 3/100ths of a penny. Even a small movement will see massive changes. I think it hit 0.001. So if you're in to invest $25, $30, if it was to reach that, you would have easily $1,000 straight away. So very, very small amounts of money to make massive gains. And in fact, it did hit that, just so I can show you on the chart. Yeah, 0.001 in January this year. Obviously, that was a lot of hype at that time. It's 16 million $24-hour volume. And obviously, its volume is a lot lower than that. But that's my kind of outside, not really a bet, but kind of my instinct feel that Kin's going to do well next year. But again, these are only my opinions. I'm not asking anybody to foment the market and go up by 10 billion Kin. So please do your own research. I'll link any articles I have mentioned in the description below. I seem to say that a lot. I never do it, so I'll definitely do that. I'll also give some documentation on Kin and the project, what Kin is working on, and what will be coming out in 2019. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.